Evening, folks. How you doing? It's Middle-Aged Gamer Guy. And yes, I've even swapped chairs. And the reason I've swapped chairs is so we can do the spinning. Because I realised the other chair don't spin. So I've literally swapped chairs and everything. Grabbed a drink. Checked our guest is all right. Checked that Dave's all right. Thank you for those who stuck by and continue to watch. We've literally just done Gamescom opening night live, which was very interesting. DJ Mike, happy birthday. How you doing? I am Middle-Aged Gamer Guy. You can also call me Mags, as you may know. And we are here talking about the latest gaming news and reviews from the last 7 days or so. No show last week because obviously we were getting ready for Timeless, as we were. Anyone who's missed out on any reviews from last week, you can go to my Discord, !Discord in the chat. You'll see all the games we would have talked about on last week's show. And you can see all the scores that they would have got. So that way we don't have to cover them this week because there'd just be way too much. But there you go. DJ Mike, happy birthday to you, my friend. We were in Weatherspoons doing shots. We were this time last week. We were knocking it back. Big time. Nachos and Baby Guinness, I think it was. Wasn't it? Something like that. But there you go. Time more. So welcome in, everyone. If I've not said hello to you before from the stream that was literally 5 minutes ago, or since we've started the stream, do say hello in the chat. Bloody Wayne, thank you so much for the follow as we were just off air for a few minutes. Greatly appreciate that. Question, where's DJ Mike Storm's birthday song? We all have to do that. Azavar, thank you so much for the follow as well. Great to see you. I met Azavar at Nottingham Video Games Expo, and obviously he was also at. Thank you for the Prime sub as well, dude. Greatly appreciated. Met Azavar at Nottingham Video Games Expo, and he was one of our wonderful guests at Timeless Gaming Convention last week. So there you go. There you go. DJ Tech, no, thank you for the follow. Good to see you. Welcome on in. We'll do a birthday song for Mike later, or we might do it tomorrow when I've got the kit to do it. If he'd been here a little bit earlier, I could have done it because I've swapped software now. But there you go. Anyway, enough of that. Let's crack on with the show. Dave Johnson, thank you very much for the Prime sub. He says, I repeat, boo. Thank you, Dave. Appreciate that. We get a shout out for both Azavar and a shout out. Oh, we've already got the shout outs. Thank you, Dan Game. Thank you on it. And one for Dave as well, please. To be fair, I also tried to avoid mentioning it so don't get songs sung to me. I noticed you sneakily was trying not to say it was your birthday. I thought that was quite funny. You were trying to get away with that, mate. There's always next time. Always next time. But great to have you here, Azavar. Thank you so much for being here. It was a pleasure to meet you. I know I didn't get to see you very long. For very long at Timeless. Like most people, it was like a quick blur of, hey, how you doing? Now I've got to go sort out another 900 things. So yeah, it was all good. But so thank you so much for being there. And I hope everyone that was at Timeless enjoyed it and had a good time because we think we smashed it this year. Just saying, as in terms of a show and everything we put on and all the competitions and all the prizes, honestly think we smashed it. Someone else who was at that show, you had a great time. Thank you so much. It was all right, says Moonbird. That's high praise from him. I know he loved it, though. Someone who was at the show, and it's been to every show I've done so far, the Tim Les was very good this year. Yes, Tim Les was very good, yes. And the Tim Ellis convention as well, according to Ashes. Mag and me are on the Timeless team, and I spoke to him less than the average person who came up for a wristband. That's probably true. I didn't have a good time at Timeless, but that's because I wasn't there. I know. That's the only valid reason to not like Timeless, because Mike couldn't make it this year, whereas he flew over from Canada last year, bless him. So, someone who was at Timeless, and you managed to spot him, he was sitting watching the Legends panel, is my co-host who knows the most. It's the one, it's the only, it's Mr. David Jones.
Evening, mate. How you doing?
All right, how are you?
Not too bad, thank you.
How was your Timeless experience?
Yeah, it's pretty good. I think I bumped into a couple of people while I was there, and played a few games. Watched that Legends panel like you mentioned, and I did have a look at some of the competitions that were going on.
Yeah.
So it was good fun, mate.
That's fun. Biggest one we've done, which was probably nuts. I literally hardly got to see you, did I? I think I saw you for about 30 seconds.
Saw you very briefly, really.
Yeah, you were standing up. Was it when you were standing on stairs talking to someone? I came up the stairs to go somewhere.
Yeah, I think it was Andrew. It's recognised
Yes.
as I was walking up, so I was chatting to him for a bit. And then
Yeah.
you're on your way from one stage to another.
I know. God, yeah, I'm never doing that again. If we do next year, I'm staying on one stage and someone else can run the seven. I'm not doing 2 stages ever again. I mean, it all went well. It's all good. Hey, hang on. Why didn't Dave come to say hello to me? Says Dave.
I don't think I spotted him.
Didn't spot him. Dan Game Tank says, I thought I saw you, Dave, very briefly.
That's the problem. Yeah, it's 4 floors. The place was packed. Lots of little side rooms. You just end up missing people, don't you?
Yeah, it happens. LeBray says, I'm good. I had a good time eventually, but that's because I'm old and sad. I don't believe that for 1 second. I'm old and sad, but there you go. There we go. Dave, what's your... Oh, yeah, go on. We'll have a quick thing. Manic wants to know your thoughts on Gamescom. Did you watch any of it?
No, none of it at all. I haven't had time. I was watching the reviews for what we're going to be talking about tonight. I was busy doing that instead.
Homework. Poor Dave didn't even get to watch my channel.
Yeah, so leaving my homework to the last minute. That's what I used to do at school.
Yeah.
Last minute on a Sunday, getting the homework done.
Yeah. Tunesy says, I saw Dave on the 4th floor, but by the time I'd finished Vendetta, he'd gone.
Ah.
There you go. The Dave command isn't responding. Do exclamation Dave, it should. It's a different kind of old and sad where you don't like noise or lights or people. But I'm glad I went despite. Oh, blimey. Well, good on you for going. If that's the kind of thing you don't like. And it's probably our event is probably the most noisiest, shiniest, brightest fucking atrocity to ever land on any planet in terms of gaming events. But thank you. So there you go. But people like how Sophie saw you, but apparently Sophie didn't actually approach you and say hello.
Oh, okay.
She told me later when we were up on the dance floor raving to DJ Slope's DJ set, we were going hardcore drum and bass at like 8:30 at night with glow sticks. It was great. And I hadn't even had a drop of alcohol. We were fucking going for it. Goslo says, hopefully I'll try and be there for next year. We'll let you know what's going on with it. As I said last night on the stream, we're not rushing into it. We've got a number of meetings to have to finish off this year's event. I've got to do some press interviews and stuff to finish off this year's event. And then we've got a number of meetings lined up to talk about next year's event. And then if we know that everything's in place, then hopefully we will announce it around about maybe November if we've got the all clear. There you go.
Cool.
So there you go. I was on the floor above the DJ and it was still fucking out. It was loud. Apparently people in the restaurant could feel the floor moving.
Oh,
but it was brilliant. Slopes' DJ set was mint. So there you go. Anyway, enough of this. What have you been playing? And then we could swiftly move on.
Well, it's been like 2 weeks, hasn't it, since I've been on? So I've actually managed to complete a couple of games in that time.
Sure, man. What you completed?
I think you're playing both of them. I don't know if you finished them. I've completed Nobody Wants to Die.
Same here.
That's Cyberpunk one. I don't know what you thought of that. I thought the story was quite disappointing at the end.
Yeah.
It was, to be honest, it was kind of losing me halfway through because there were bits where like your character was referencing other people that you didn't know who he was talking about. It just kind of lost me.
It didn't lose me until the end. I loved it up until the end, and I know there's 4 different endings, but I got kind of an okayish ending. But I then also watched like all the other endings, and I was like, I'm not satisfied with any of those endings for it. And I just felt a bit,
yeah. I was just confused at the end, so I did sort of Google it, and there were loads of other people confused as well, like Steve.
Yeah,
what's that about?
I kind of got it, but there was parts of me that was just like, and it started really strong for me, and it just kind of fell down. It's a shame because I could see that have been in my top 5 games, but where you had Still Wakes the Deep, which is technically not as good a game in a way, I think that ended a lot better. And it's kind of weird that Still Wakes the Deep's crept into my top 5 and Nobody Wants to Die's crept out of it.
Finish that because I thought it was going to be a good game because I mean it looked the business.
It was. Yeah,
graphics on it were gorgeous, and I was quite enjoying the gameplay side of it and the narrative to begin with. It just couldn't stick the landing, unfortunately.
No.
So completed it, but I moved on. So I also finished off Dungeons of Hinterberg. You finished that one yet?
I've literally got like 3 dungeons to go, and I've completed it.
Yeah, but that I enjoyed. I think the combat does get a bit samey. I was starting to get a bit fed up with the combat towards the end.
Yeah.
Quite glad to get to the end of it. I'd probably say the game's probably just, got a few too many dungeons. It could have ended a bit earlier.
Yeah.
As I say, the combat does get very samey. But, apart from the combat, the puzzles and the dungeons are pretty good fun. I enjoyed that. That part was really good. Story-wise, was okay. Again, you know what's going to happen at the end. It's not. It's pretty darn obvious.
Yeah.
It was all right. So I quite enjoyed that one actually. And then since I finished that one, I've gone back to a bit of Final Fantasy VII Rebirth because I've still got shitloads to do with that, mate. Absolutely loads.
Oh, I can't. I've got to think what we got coming. I think the next
Bloody
big one.
massive games. Nightmare.
Well, talking of massive games, obviously the next big massive game we've got coming out is the new Star Wars.
Oh yeah.
There will be some announcements later on in the stream for stuff. There's a couple of small announcements about stuff up and coming, which will drop in. But I know someone who can't talk about it, but has been playing it because we're literally talking about it backstage. Is our guest this evening? We should bring on our guest. This gentleman I got to meet for the very first time. No, it's not you, Dave Johnson. No, you were on stage at Timeless. You got enough stage time. This gentleman got me at the Twitch meet that we did at Arcade Club back in June. Can't believe that was the end of June, which is nuts how quickly that's gone. And then was one of our fantastic content creators who attended the event. Lovely guy, and was there supporting Stallion, who was doing the live Splitgate 2 stream. He's a good mate of his. Please welcome the one and only. This is an absolute gent, and it's so good to have him on the show. The Mahano.
Hello. Thank you for having me.
Great to have you here.
Thank you.
So, for those who don't know, I'm going to bring your Twitch channel up on screen, and I'm sure the mods will drop your links very shortly. If you're not following this good gentleman, then please do click the links. Hold on, Dave says, "Oh no, it's the Mahano. I can't deal with this level of sexiness." But there you go. There is his Twitch link. But for anyone who isn't familiar with your channel, please do tell our wonderful audience who you are, what you stream, any other platforms you're on, etc.
Okay, so obviously I'm Mahano. I am technically an MMO creator at the moment. That's kind of my main thing. More specifically RuneScape and old school RuneScape.
Okay.
Both create content on Twitch and YouTube. And I nip a bit of variety in there too.
Nice.
Some FPSs, RPGs, under whatever I'm feeling, to be honest.
There you go. Manic's saying, just gave you a follow. What MMOs do you play, or what are some of your favourite?
Thank you. So I just love MMOs as a general. Like I've tried most of the big ones out there.
Yeah.
My main ones are obviously RuneScape, Elder Scrolls Online. I smashed out New World until
Nice.
pretty much end game.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's I'd say they're the main ones. And obviously World of Warcraft. Every time they release a new DLC or whatever, I jump in, play through that for about 2 weeks, and then never touch it again. So
there you go. Mr. Brenny's in the house. How you doing? He says RuneScape. Don't listen to him. Jesse says, Mag, did you tell your co-host Dave how I didn't see? Yeah, Jesse was up and down the stairs as much as me doing all the filming. Sorry, didn't see you once. And he said at the end of the day, he said, Dave turned up to the event. I didn't see him. How was your Timeless, Mahano? Did you enjoy it?
I absolutely loved it, mate. It was great. Got to meet loads of people. Some people I already knew. Some people I met for the first time.
Nice.
Obviously, it was great. Loads of stuff to do. Berry Arcade Club was great as well. You know, everyone great venue. Yeah, for sure. And yeah, it was great.
If I ever had the money, I'd like to buy that and run it. I know that sounds mad, but
that'd be great.
Yeah, I
don't know how much fun you'd have. Sorry,
I know. Yeah, I don't think Andy will ever give it up. Bless him. I think he'll stay there till he dies. Bless him, the guy that owns it. He's a lovely guy, and I love that place. And yeah, it's superb. What have you been playing most recently? Let's tell us about what you've been playing most recently.
So in terms of games that isn't RuneScape, I've been playing a lot of Delta Force.
Oh, okay. Nice.
Yeah,
okay.
I do like my shooters. I've not been playing the Tarkov side of it. I've been playing more like the Battlefield side of it.
Yeah.
And having a lot of fun with that. It's
cool.
Very, very well done. Very much enjoying it. And I may have had a little sneak peek at Star Wars today. I
Oh,
can't
I'm
talk
jealous.
about it,
I'm jealous of this guy right now.
yeah,
Yeah. He's not allowed to talk about it because otherwise he gets slapped wrist. So we won't ask
I
him
am
any
allowed to
questions.
say I'm playing it though, so
Yeah,
that's all
he's
right.
allowed to say he's there. All the links are there in the chat if you want to go follow him on Twitch, YouTube, TikTok. What's your main platform? Is it Twitch or is it
Twitch and YouTube? Depends on what you prefer.
YouTube. There you go. YouTube links there as well. Dave's just dropped that in. John News. He's back. I am back. Welcome in. And I saw iQuail said he was sitting here after the stream and didn't realise he thought the stream had frozen. He'd been sitting here for 15 minutes and not realised we'd gone back live. So bless you, iQuail. I've got a couple of questions because people are in ads. Manic says, it's Mahano, have you played Phantasy Star Online 2 New Genesis? Is that something you've ever played?
No, I have no idea what it is.
Okay, there you go. So that was easy enough to answer. Moving swiftly on. Oh, God, DJ Mike. Mahano, how do you feel about Horsetails, the game?
Am I meant to know what this is?
You don't have to. Please don't answer.
I'm going to Google this.
No, don't. It's something that Mike wants me to play. Oh, God, here we go. Queeky, good evening. You can Google it while we're doing that. Sir Medis, thank you for the follow. Greatly appreciated. So Manic says the game he was talking about was an MMO made by Sega. It's a sci-fi MMO RPG. So Medis says, question, Hayden, is he going to focus OSRS or RS3 mainly?
Well, a bit of a mix. My RS3 content's been doing really, really well, but I still prefer OSRS. It's still my favorite MMO.
There you go. Queeky said, I just saw that DJ Mike wrote for not liking times. Yes, because he wasn't there. That's why he didn't like it. Bless him. He wasn't dissing the event. Because at the moment we've got 100% track record. No one's dissed it yet. So we're doing all right. I have a question for Dave. Well, more of a threat eventually. We will meet eventually and Mag will find it irritating.
One day we will meet.
Yeah.
Next year at Timeless. It's a day.
Yeah. God. What's his wood cutting level? Says Kelbrenny.
On old school, it's like 87 or something. On RS3, it's like 20.
Wow. Okay.
I've only started recently playing RuneScape 3.
Okay, so
it's kind of like a series where. So I don't know if you guys know much about the RuneScape world. But
I'm not that familiar, but
a lot of us old school RuneScape players hate RuneScape 3 as a game.
Okay.
Especially if you played it back in the day, they did a big update that just basically changed the game, and a lot of people hated that. So the whole point of my my RS3 series, is to go in with like an open mind as an OSRS player and experience the changes, what's new, what's different, stuff like that. So yeah, still fairly new to RuneScape 3, but yeah.
Oh, sweet. Okay. It's I was going to say someone else put something in the chat and I've just missed it. Where's it gone? Where is it? Oh, Queeky said I had plans and couldn't go, but then turned out to change. And all of a sudden he could have gone. It would have taken him 6 to 8 hours to get from Gothenburg to Timeless. Oh, dude! If we'd known, we could have sorted something. We had people come over from the States, Ireland, America, Norway, Scotland. We had a couple of people from America as well, Canada. It was nuts. We had so many people from different countries. Germany. Dude, next time we've got to fly you over from Sweden. But there you go. Anyway, next year, damn it. Shall we crack on with the show, gentlemen?
Yeah, go for it, mate.
Okay, so ladies and gents, this is our 180th show. We've got 6 new games. We're keeping this streamlined. We're going to try and finish by 11 o'clock tonight. So a bit of a shorter show than normal. But we're going to be talking about Stormgate, which is now in early access. Sam & Max, The Devil's Playground, which has been remastered. And the big game that landed today, Black Myth Wukong. We've also got the latest gaming news from the last 7 days or so. And we will be talking some other games that have come out as well. But we are not going to put a lot of focus and attention on them. But I'll explain how you can find out about them a little bit later on. Plus, I've got some little announcements. Won't take up much of your time. iQuail says, I came part way from the M62. I mean, that is a mission. Anyway, there you go. So moving on with our first game this evening. This came out last Tuesday on PC and Switch. And we're going to play the trailer for this. If you've never seen the show before, don't worry. We're going to play the trailer and then we're going to explain how you guys and our guests and Dave can get shout outs in the chat. This game is called Guyato. And check this out. Let us know what you think in the chat. Here comes the trailer.
The Crown has asked for your help in a secret mission. You will join an expedition searching St. Brendan's Island, which, according to legends, is paradise on Earth.
There you go, our first game this evening, which came out last Tuesday on PC and Switch. Thank you for the message, Jesse. And I'll just finish replying. There you go. Take it easy. Thank you so much, Jesse. We'll see you soon. Jesse's got to pop out for a second. So Dan and Dave, you are now in charge. Dare I say it. There you go. Dave, tell us more about our first game of tonight.
Yeah, this one's a little puzzle game. It's exploring some legends to do with like the Canary Islands. Your character's set on an expedition to find St. Brendan's Island, which is meant to be like a paradise on Earth. But as we've seen in countless films and TV shows and games, they're never a paradise. There's always something wrong going on in them. But you've got to try and solve these puzzles in these dungeons to try and uncover the mysteries of the island. It sounds quite good. Looks quite nice. I quite like a little puzzle game.
Yeah.
It's one thing I liked about Dungeons of Hinterberg I was talking about earlier was all the puzzling in the dungeons. Yeah. I might have a look at this one at some point. Yeah. It might end up on the backlog in the Steam sale one day. And then I'll eventually get to it in decades' time when I've actually got some time for it. But I think it looks quite cool.
It does look cool. It's one of those. The chat's having an argument. There you go. You can also that. It's one of those where you kind of like. I kind of like the look of this, but like you, it's not going to grab me immediately. But if it ended up in a sale or landed on PS Plus or Game Pass, I'd probably go, oh yeah, I'll give it a go. Mahano, your thoughts on this one?
I'd agree. I'm not really too into little puzzle games like that. They're more, late at night on the couch. Can't really find a game to play. They're the type of games I'll end up playing. People love them cutie puzzle games. There, look,
they
cool.
do. Yeah, they seem to sell by the bucket load. Danka says, I like this type of games, however, I don't think it's going to do as well. It might be a 6.5. John Unicycle agrees 6.5. If you're wondering why people are putting numbers in the chat, if you've not seen the show before, because Manic says, maybe a 7, I'll explain what we're going to do. So we don't review the games. I always make the joke that we're too overqualified for doing that. All my journalist friends hate me for saying that. But what we do on this show is we take an average from the internet. We scour the internet, whether it's on Metacritic, IGN, GameSpot, loads of different websites, get all the things and mush it into a number. You may agree with it, you may not, but if you guess the score correctly, you will get a shout out in the chat. Obviously, Dave doesn't know what the scores are because he literally gets the same list the same time as our guest. So he's allowed to guess, and our guest will guess. So we'll have a look. So have a think about it. Gozzo's saying a 6.5. Kelt Benny says a 7. Apparently, this game is only £12.99. Dave says a 6.5. Lots of people going for 6.5. Queeky, 6.5. I'm with you, says LeBray, 6.5. Doesn't grab me, and I'm usually a fan of puzzle games. Manic's like, we all like the numbers. Dave, I'll start with you tonight. Where do you think this is going?
I'm going to try a 7 for this, mate.
All right, you're with Kelt Benny, going for a 7. Chat, get your scores in before we call time on scoring. Our wonderful guest, Mahano, what do you reckon?
So as I said, people seem to love these type of games. I can imagine it's one of them games where the trailer's a bit, questionable, but then you play it and it's just banging. I'm going to go for like a 8.
Oh, okay, going for an 8. Okay, so you've got, I think you've gone in for that. Have someone else go for an 8? someone in for like a high 7.5. So we've got a good range. So it's 6.5. So any more guesses, folks? This is your last chance to get your guesses in the chat. This is Guyato, which came out last Tuesday on PC and Switch. And if there are no more guesses in chat, I can tell you that this got... Oh, iQuell coming in with a 6. Thank you, sir. I can tell you this got a very average, but still worth playing, 6.5 out of 10. So there you go, on average. So not going to set the world on fire, but you'd probably enjoy it if you played it. So congratulations to everyone that got it. Queeky, well done. Lebraze, well done. Dave Johnson, well done. Gozzo, Drawn Unicycle, Danker. Kelpenny said it was going to be a 10. Oh, he put the high score in. But there you go. Congratulations. You're all going to get shout-outs. Our wonderful mod, Dan, is cracking on with those. And you will get shout-outs in the chat as we do there. But 6.5 for the first one. Dave, you got this right.
I didn't, mate. I said 7.
You did. And I just realised that as I said that. So I'm going to move
Clearly not listening to me.
Yeah. Clearly wasn't listening. Swiftly moving on for the first fuck up in the evening. So there you go. So while I trying to move attention away from the fact that I just got that terribly right, Dave Johnson, you did not get it right. No, you did get it right. Fuck yes, Dave Johnson. See, I fucked up.
Second mistake of the night.
Dave Johnson got it right. You didn't. Fuck this. There goes the scripts right out through my brain cells. What's left of them. While we're clearing up that complete and that's a fuck up of a start. I mean, a lot worse happened at time. Mr. Mother. Let's talk about our first bit of gaming news. Quite a few news stories from the last week. So a bit of good news actually to kick things off with. Obviously, we reported a good couple of months ago that Tango Gameworks, who brought us the amazing Evil Within games, and obviously the BAFTA award-winning Hi-Fi Rush, was literally dropped by Microsoft and Xbox Studios this year, which everyone was absolutely hacked off about, because how can you bring out a game 2 years ago which was so good and then was one of the leading cross-gen games for the new Xbox cross-gen generation of the first 4 games, and then literally go, oh yeah, we put it out on PS5 now, so we're going to fuck the studio off. Well, we have good news, because Tango Gameworks had stated before they were dropped that they were working on a Rush sequel to Hi-Fi Rush, and the wonderful people at Krafton, if you're not familiar with Krafton, their most recent game was the Callisto Protocol, which I enjoyed. Not everyone did, but I enjoyed. But obviously, best known for PUBG, have come along and bought the studio and rescued the team. Hi-Fi Rush, in its first month, had over 2 million people playing it. And it was BAFTA award winning. And they've basically said that we want to give Tango the creative freedom to be able to produce the sequel that they wanted to do. And they said it's going to be a smooth transition, try and keep all the staff on, no layoffs, no nothing, come in, boom. As far as I'm concerned, this is probably one of the best news stories we've had in ages, because with all the layoffs and everything we've been having for months and months and months, and we report on them week in, week out on the show, I think we've probably done about 18 months or more, Dave, of layoff news stories, haven't we? Which is just
been loads.
This is the first one that I've gone, yes, because I honestly don't think they deserved to be dropped. And it's the first time I was really fucking pissed with Xbox and Microsoft. So it's great news. A number of people in the chat are very happy about this. Gentlemen, your thoughts as well about this?
Yeah, it's good to hear. It's nice to see a bit of a good news, for a studio, because so many have been closed, or number of employees. It's nice to see this one get saved. I think from what I read, about like 50 of the original 100 employees are moving over.
Yeah.
So at least I still managed to keep like a good number of people from it. So they haven't lost all the talent. Just a shame it had to happen in the first place, but I think like everyone else, you have to wonder what Microsoft were thinking at the time, because it's a good game made by a good studio that put out other good games. God knows why they decided to can them off.
Yeah, it's weird. I mean, I think because it'd been a good couple of months gap, that's why they couldn't retain everyone, because obviously other people have gone off elsewhere.
Oh, yeah, people have had to move on.
You can't sit around waiting for months for stuff to happen, but it's cool that this has kind of come in and happened. So that's good. Your thoughts, Mahano?
Yes. So I enjoyed the first Hi-Fi Rush. It was very good, and I was kind of disappointed too when I I saw that they were getting just dropped, and I was like,
Yeah.
why? It sold well, it did well. Why? But no, it's good news. Sure, it benefits everyone, right?
Yeah, I hope so. And let them get on with crack on. I mean, Crafton have done some amazing games. They've done some games that are kind of okay, but it feels that they let the people do what they need to do. So hopefully this is a good thing and they ain't going to be told, no, you have to do this, you have to do that. So fingers crossed. The amount of negative news about closing job losses, it's always good when something positive comes out. And the fact this franchise now lives on is good. Hell, we could even maybe see an Evil Within 3. Who the hell knows? It could happen. It could happen. So there you go. Moving on to our next game this evening. This also came out last Tuesday, but this game is only on PC as it stands. Let's check out the trailer for Leximan. Here goes.
Ah, you're watching my trailer, as was foretold. Sit a spell, dear viewer, and I shall show you this wondrous world of wizardry and woe. Step into the shoes, or at least the pointy-hatted robes, of our intrepid protagonist, Leximan. You alone harness the hitherto unimaginable power of Leximancy. Weave the very fabrics of language itself. You'll no doubt say it's endless fun. Your teachers will warn you it's a risk of horrific proportions. And the devs will call it a unique word-based encounter system utilizing next-gen drag-and-drop multi-syllabic technology. Engage your utter hooligan of a brain to conjure words, solve puzzles, and navigate a massive variety of minigames. Bother a chaotic cast of characters, embrace surprisingly fleshed-out side quests, and try not to condemn anyone to perpetuity in shattered reality. Again. Now, trouble brews as the Academy falls under threat from a mysterious... So don your hat, dust off your lexicon, and summon some courage, or perhaps a lesser demon or two. Maybe you'll become the outcast hero this school so desperately needs. Or maybe you'll just stir up a bit more trouble. It's all the same to me.
There you go. That is Leximan that came out on PC last Tuesday. I just want to say a big thank you to Retro Sesh for the raid. You absolute legend. I want to say hello to some people that are now in chat. Sorry, because we're playing the trailer, I couldn't say hello properly. Simmons, hello. How you doing? Ed, how you doing? Arkham, how you doing? Ionic Arm, great to see you all. Thank you so much for that raid. And everyone says that Dax is a knob, as in Daxtron. A number of these people were our wonderful volunteers at Timeless. So thank you so much. They were working the door and getting your wristbands on and sorting all that. Big shout out to you guys. Thank you so much. Ed, always a pleasure. I don't think Daxtron's a knob. He's all right. He's good in my books. And Ed, our wonderful host of the Cuphead competition, along with Mr. Johnson. It was great to have you back, mate. Great to see you at the show. I hope you had a great time. Thank you for everything you do. So a couple of people have dropped in scores already for this. Manic says a 7. Dave Johnson 7.5. Kelp Benny says 7.5. Drawn Unicycle 7.9. Give me Scribble Noughts vibes. Gozzo says an 8. The Brace says an 8. Benny says Mag is a knob. Then I'll take it. I'm an absolute cock end. I am not smell, Ed and crowd. Ed like, oh yeah, Ed's got the crowd to shout. Dave is smell. His body odor was fine on the day. I can say that. I had to stand next to the guy. He was fine. But there you go. Dave Johnson, that was my crowning achievement. It was. He leveled up. Ed leveled up that day. Dave, tell us more about the trailer for this game that we've just seen, please. Good sir.
Yeah, this is a very sort of retro style adventure game, very much in the style of Undertale. That one from a couple of years back. Really, give you a strong vibes of that with its design and the way the boss fights look. This particular one's set in a little fantasy world. Your character's like an underachieving wizard at a wizarding school, and the school gets attacked by some evil force, and it's up to you the magic of leximancy to defeat all the enemies that have come and try and save the school.
Mm.
And gameplay wise, the fights, it's a case of you got lots of little fragments of words floating about, and you've got to like pull them together to make a spell in the battles of the bosses.
Yeah.
Looks interesting. Whether I'd ever play it, I think it probably has to come to like Game Pass to sort of get my interest. But I think for people who probably liked Undertale, it's probably going to be up your quite up your street, I would say. I think, and this one's going to be a bit of a comedy as well, which is quite humorous. So it could be all right.
I like the look of it. I did enjoy Undertale. I haven't played the sequel to Undertale, which was the same name game but rearranged, wasn't it?
Delta Rude, wasn't it? That
was it. Yeah. Which I thought was quite funny. So I like the look of this. Mahano, your thoughts on this one?
I like the look of it. Does look interesting. Similar to like with Dave. I probably wouldn't end up ever buying it or picking it up, but if it's on Game Pass or something, I probably would have a look.
Yeah. I think that's the thing. Again, it sits in that thing of I don't want to dash out and get it, but if it drops on certain gaming services, then I probably will look at this more so than the last game. So, folks, if you've just joined us from the raid, and again, Retro Sesh, thank you so much for that raid. Greatly appreciate it. You can score the games out of 10. You can have halves and whole numbers. And if you get it right, you will get a shout out in the chat. So get your scores in if you haven't already seen it. iQuail said, not my thing, but I could see this having an audience. 8 out of 10. Mahano, I'll start with you this time. What do you reckon this got?
I'd say like a 7.5.
Okay, 7.5. All right, okay. All right, Dave?
I want to go for a 7 again for this one.
You go for 7, okay, so slightly lower there. Any more folks in the chat want to score this? Again, iQuail saying 8. Who else we had? Labrayson 8, Gozzo an 8, John Unicycle 7.5, Danker an 8, Kelt Brenny 7.5, Dave Johnson 7.5, Manic 7. Anybody else? Get your scores in. This is Leximan, which came out last Tuesday on PC. And if there are no more scores, I can tell you that this fared a lot better than our first game of the night. And this did do really well and got an 8 out of 10.
Wow.
So there you go. Our first 8 out of 10 of the evening, ladies and gents. iQuail, well done. You got that right. Good on you. Labrace, well done. Gozzo, well done. Danker, well done. Some of you have hit 2 for 2 so far, I think. So you're doing all right. Keep going. Doing really well. Those shout outs are coming. And again, don't forget, all these wonderful people are getting shout outs. Do go follow them. They spend their time to come here on a Tuesday night and watch this crazy show that we do. So please give the love back, give them a follow. Go and watch their streams. Why not? You know, they support us. You should go support them. That's how it works. That's how it works, people. Let's move on to our next bit of news. Now, the rumour mill keeps on turning. We're still not sure whether this is true or not, but at the back end of last week, apparently people stumbled on the PlayStation Store and saw an interesting note to do with a classic game that is more than 10 years old now. That said game is Red Dead Redemption. And apparently when you went on the PlayStation Store, it stated that Red Dead Redemption was coming to PC very soon. And not only that, it was basically the version they did in 2023, which came to consoles, along with the Undead Nightmare DLC. So it looks like a PC port of Red Dead Redemption is happening, even though it's not actually been confirmed. Question is, do we think this is actually going to happen, or do you think someone just weirdly typed something in the PlayStation Store? Because it wasn't an official post. But you're kind of like, why is it in the PlayStation Store of all places? Why is it not like on Amazon or, you know, GameStop or what? I don't fucking know.
No, I mean, maybe it's a bit of updated information. It was meant to go live at some point on the other storefronts. So sometimes I do mention like other platforms games are out. So perhaps we'll just push the button a bit too early because that's happened many times before. But it'd be nice to see it finally come to PC. I think pretty much every other Rockstar games come out to PC.
Yeah.
This is just like one that's just completely been missing for years. They've done a port of Red Dead Redemption 2. It'd be nice to have the first one on there. if only so people could mod in Tom's Tank Engine to it. See what they do there.
Fine. That was not what I was expecting you to say. That's absolutely fine. Yeah. Oh dear. Okay. Dave just said, I will point out that each person who gets the guess right is getting 2 shout-outs because I am doing it, and then Danny's catching up about. I don't think that's true. I think Dan's doing a bang-up job. Bless him. Anyway, everyone can have 2 shout-outs tonight. It's a shorter show. We'll give you more shout-outs. Ed will appreciate that mod. Yes. Ed Trotz will appreciate the Thomas the Tank Engine mod because he loves trains. Apparently, now he's been told by his own community. Not that Ed's announced that, but now apparently Ed loves trains. Mahano, Red Dead Redemption fan. Are you excited to see this?
Yeah, I mean, it'd be great. I loved it back in the day. I even actually rebought it to play on my Xbox, but
Nice.
I just never really plugged it back in. I've just got it in a drawer somewhere.
Oh, right. Okay.
But no, it'd be great to come to PC. I'd definitely be playing that. And I love like graphical fidelity mods and stuff like that. So that'd be great having to see it like better graphics and stuff.
Yeah.
Better textures.
But yeah, I mean, it wasn't massively uphauled last year, was it, when it came out? I think some people were a bit disappointed, but generally it got a bit of a facelift, didn't it?
Bit of a resolution boost, improve
that
the
was
frame
about
rate,
it.
stuff like that, but not like a real
Yeah,
remake.
not like a
I
full
don't think it was
remake.
like I don't think it was like remade textures or anything.
Yeah, but I guess if you can get the mods on it, then they might be able to make that look a treat, I reckon. Mr. Trot says, fuck's sake, why am I a train guy? I don't know. Blame your community. There you go. Manic said, question, can I hear Mags twice? You can. Every so often you can hear me, but don't worry about it. It's because we're doing the shout-outs twice. So that was a joke, by the way. I said that. There you go, yeah. Dave's like, for fuck's sake. Anyway, let's move on to our next game. Now, this is another game that landed on early access. We try and capture early access games when we get. This came to PC. It's free to play. And obviously will be out sometime in the future. We don't know when dates are. But this is the trailer for Stormgate Early Access. Let's have a look at this as our third game of the evening. There you go. That is Stormgate, which hit early access. Dave, tell us more about this one, please.
This is an RTS game from a number of ex-Blizzard developers, specifically ones who used to work on Blizzard's famous RTSs like Warcraft 3 and StarCraft 2. So if you're a fan of those games, this is really going to feel the same. It visually wise, it does look pretty similar to how those looked and played. I think it looks pretty decent. I mean, it is early access, as you say. So a few negatives I've read about it at the moment is that the campaign, you can complete that fairly quickly because it simply isn't finished since it's early access. So there's a lot more of that to come. But I think there's a good amount of multiplayer co-op stuff that's there already, which is I think probably where a lot of people go to play some of these RTSs. They'll jump straight into the multiplayer, probably just ignore the campaign. So for those people, there's probably a good amount to play. But again, early access, it's going to change over the next 6 months, a year, however long it is to the 1.0 release. So you've got to decide whether it's worth jumping in now or just waiting until they've fixed the game a bit more, because it isn't going to be perfect at the moment. They're going to have to do balance changes and stuff like that, bring in more content, etc. But what I've seen, what's there looks pretty decent.
Yeah, I think. Excuse me. If you are looking for the multiplayer experience right now, that's probably your best bet. If you're looking for the campaign experience, you may want to wait.
I would say wait.
It feels like the campaign's not been finished, and there's a lot of stuff that hasn't been. Factions haven't been explained. Story bits are missing. Blah blah blah. Yeah. So it's one of those. Depending on how you want to go, but it might sway you on how you want to play. Sorry, my throat has just completely given up on me. So on that note, I'll say, Mahano, what do you think about this while I just choke in the corner?
Kind of looks like Halo Wars. And I enjoyed that game. But no, it looks cool. I like the look of it. I'm not big into RTSs myself, but I don't mind them.
Yeah,
I liked Command and Conquer back in the day.
Yeah, I did as well. I don't mind them. I loved Halo Wars. I'm not a big fan of the Halo franchise, but I did love the Halo Wars games. Again, it's one of those that maybe once it's finally out, I may get around to playing. I'm not sure at the moment. It's kind of, it's funny. Most of the games tonight, I'm kind of like, I don't know. I don't know what to think about them. Mags loves Halo. Pass it on. Fuck you.
Yeah, we heard you say it. It's on the internet. It'll never be forgotten.
It's also on the internet when I basically said that all Halo games, apart from Halo, are absolute fucking dog shit. But there you go.
But you love one of them. That means you love them all. Really.
Yeah, I know. I love Infinite. Yeah. It's the one that no one fucking liked, but I did enjoy that one. However, I was too busy yelling at Dan in DMs and I missed the trailer. Play it again. Sorry, no, I've deleted it. Mag wants to play through all the Halo titles live on stage. Well, I can't think of anything more. I fucking hate EGX and I fucking hate Halo, so I might as well do both. So, have I ever mentioned I hate EGX?
Once or twice. Yeah,
so for those who didn't know, I got refused the creator pass. No surprises for EGX, mainly because I'm having a massive argument with the marketing manager at EGX at the moment. This is actually a true story. For loads of people who have not had their merch that they bought at last year's event. I've basically been campaigning to get them their merch because they paid for the shit and never got it. I also included one of the persons that never got it. And it's been going on 11 months now. And there's been emails going back. And they're like, oh, we'll sort it. And I was like, well, as soon as you start sorting it, I'll stop fucking slagging you off. And I still haven't sorted it. And they literally put out a thing about a lot of big name content creator, people way bigger than me, also didn't get accepted. We're like, well, what's going on here? And they basically put out a thing, like a video 2 weeks after the passes went live. This is not a joke, saying, so this is the criteria you need if you want to apply. And you have to be big numbers on 2 major platforms. And like most of the people apply are only on 1 major platform. So that rules out most people. And my comment on the thing was, you decided to put this video out now, 2 weeks after all these people applied. And the application form as well was geared to nothing but MCM Comic Con. It doesn't mention EGX once. And there's one bit that says, what's the most bit you're looking forward to MCM? And I went, none of it. I'm here to review EGX, not this shit. And that's what I put on my application. So fuck EGX. It's not going to be here next year anyway. It's going to be fucked. They're going to melt it down. And it's just going to be a piece of piss.
Tiny corner of Comic Con.
Yeah, that's what it is. Me and Lecoq are seriously still going to try and go and interview people. And it'll be like, EGX, good or shit. And we're just going to go around and just basically piss off all the EGX staff for days. Because why not? And then hand out timeless flyers. If they're enjoying it, we'll let them enjoy it. If they think it's shit, then we'll give them a timeless flyer and say there's something better. But there you go. So anyway, that's my EGX story for the week. Tune in next week for another story about EGX and why it's shit. Wait a minute. Master Chief is the main character Halo. MC Mag is often an MC. And Mag's initials are PS, as in PlayStation, the main rival to Xbox. I've cracked it. I'm a genius. Maggie's actually Cortana. I mean, that's a theory.
An interesting theory.
But what the fuck? Right, anyway. Where were we? Did we need to score this game? I completely forgot what we were doing.
I think we did. I don't recall scoring it.
Yeah,
I'll give
we
it
didn't score it.
6.5 for the moment.
6.5. Scores time. Thank you, guys. 6.5. Mahano, what would you like to score it?
A 6.
A 6. Okay, so a 6, 6.5. Kelp Benny saying a 7. Let's get these scores churning out, folks. This is Stormgate, which is out on early access. What did Moonbeard say that I missed? Don't know. Who knows? 6.5, Mr. Johnson. 7.5 refresher. If I missed your score, put it back in chat, please, folks. John Unicycle says, wait, is Dave Johnson saying that Mag is either AI or woman? I mean, I'll take whatever I could get. Probably know my luck. I'm an AI woman. I just haven't realised it yet. Gozzo says 7.5. John Unicycle says an 8. Mine was a 7. Thank you, iQuail. Last chance, folks. Get your scores in. And if there are no more scores, I can tell you that for an early access game, this got a pretty decent score. If they do a lot of work to the campaign, I could see this getting bumped up. Manic's going for an 8. This got a very reasonable 7 out of 10. So there you go.
What?
Better than most early access games we get on the show, to be fair. It's done pretty well.
Yeah.
So there you go. So there you go, folks. Who got that right? iQuail, well done. You got that right. Kelp Brenny, good on you. I think there was the only 2 people that did it. Well done. Well done for that. There you go. We'll have some more games shortly. One game that I know a lot of people are hyped for, and someone who's going to be on this show in a couple of weeks' time, and was also, again, at Timeless, my good friend Simran from Format, because we're going to be plugging Format for the next month and a half or so. He's going to be on the show telling you what's coming up at the Liverpool show in a couple of weeks. But he is very excited for this game. And that game has finally got a release date. And the game I'm talking about is Dragon Age Veilguard. Yes, we talked about it on the show a couple of weeks ago, what we could expect from the game, what's coming up in it. And it has got BioWare have dropped the date. And for all you fans, you get to play it on Halloween. Gozzo says I'm a Dragon Age fan as well. Well, 31st of October is the day that you can play it. That is when it's out. There is a brand new 3-minute trailer, which dropped over the weekend, I believe. I think Friday, maybe Thursday or Friday. So you can check that out. And there's a roadmap that they've released, BioWare have released, which basically states what they're going to be dropping. They're going to be dropping a lot of lore, more trailers, some more story trailers, some stuff that tells you what's coming into the game over the course of the next 10 weeks or so till release. So if you're really looking forward to that game, stay tuned to their website, stay tuned to YouTube. You're going to see lots and lots of stuff for that game. I played some of the Dragon Age games. Again, I'm very much like, cool, I like these. Guys, are you as hyped as my friend Simran? Are you hyped for it?
Yeah, I haven't played any of the Dragon Age games. I was into the Mass Effect series, so I followed that instead of following Dragon Age. So I'm probably a bit sort of late now to really get into it. But I hope it does well, because I think BioWare do need a bit of a hit, because they've had some pretty middling games recently, haven't they? The last one's what? I think Anthem and was it Mass Effect Andromeda?
Oh, God. No, you just reminded me of Anthem. Yeah. Oh, my life.
So they haven't had, much success recently. So I'm hoping this one will sort of, bring them back to their previous form, because they made some brilliant games, before they switched to like Anthem. Before that, they were making some good stuff. So fingers crossed it will turn out good, but I probably won't play it. So not going to the series at all.
Okay, John Unicycle says his dad is excited for it. He's played all but Inquisition. I thought Inquisition was good as well, actually. I enjoyed that. I played that one. Dragon Age series was fantastic. There you go. Please don't mention. I actually erased it from my memory. I forgot about that game until Dave just mentioned it. The Mass Effect Andromeda was okay.
It wasn't brilliant. It was a bit rough around the edges. It was an average game, but it wasn't as bad as people made out, I'd say. It got tired a little bit after launch, but still wasn't as good as the original Mass Effect.
Yeah. Mahano, are you looking forward to this? Is this one that you're hyped for?
I am indeed. I like RPGs, and I like the other Dragon Ages, and yeah, hopefully it's good. Hopefully they don't mess this one up.
Yeah.
And the trailer looked great, so I'm
Yeah.
interested in seeing where it goes.
Yeah, I'm sure they're going to be dropping loads more trailers and stuff. So do go check it out if you haven't seen it. It's on YouTube. Yeah, and obviously we will cover it on this show. If it lands on Halloween, I think Halloween's on the Thursday, so it'll be the Tuesday after Halloween. We will talk about it on this very show if you want to find out about everything all Dragon Age. And if we've got any other more news in the build-up to it, we'll talk about it on this very show. Supernova, good evening. How are you, sir? Good to see you. There you go. Supernova says Veilguard is one I'm so hyped for. I know a lot of people are well hyped for this. I honestly, there's games that I wouldn't naturally gravitate to, but I want them to do well, and this is one of them because I know I'm not going to sit there and play this day one. You know, I might get round to it, but I just want them to smash this for a lot of people. I think because I know a lot of people are excited for this. I want this to do well. So there you go. I'll have to wait for a release before I consider it, since every Dragon Age game has had spiders. Yeah, he's got a fear of spiders. If you want to scare your audience for Halloween, have Amy and me on TNGC with Dave and you. Fucking hell. Can't think anything worse than having my manager and my producer. Dave's all right. I'm going to get fucking shit for saying that. But there you go. Moving on. Let's do some announcements. You watch, he fucking quits now. Double Dave show.
Nice weeks, doesn't he?
Yeah, he's like, right, revenge. There you go. So, a couple of little announcements. I said I was making some announcements. It's not Timeless related. For those who thought we were doing a Timeless announcement, no, we're not that stupid to announce. Look, there you go. I quit. Dave, after new clients confirmed, he's going to sign you up next, Brenny. You watch. If Ed's still here, run while you can, Ed. Run while you can. He's been working with Ed as well. We are not announcing Timeless. Get fucked. We're not doing that. We've still got a lot of stuff to do before we can do that. A couple of things that are coming up to the channel. Ed's like, oh! Couple of things that are coming up to the channel. Obviously, one that I am jealous of because he's already started playing it and I have to wait a week. Mahano's been playing Star Wars Outlaws. I did get the email confirmation today. My copy is dropping courtesy of Ubisoft next week. I think a day before the people who've paid for like the gold edition can play it. So I'm not going to be streaming it day one, but we are very likely, if I check my producer's notes, Amy, very likely to be streaming it on the 2nd of September, which is literally like 3 days after it's come out. Joker Girl, good evening. Yes, I know, Dave. That's why I'm telling Ed to run away. There you go. Same here. Can't wait to play it. So I will play it and give thoughts, but I'm not going to play it on stream until then. Also, today, got an email again from Ubisoft. Some of you know I was a massive fan of the new Prince of Persia, The Lost Crown. It was a game that came out of nowhere, was announced this time last year. Got to play it at WASD, loved it, and it was everything I hoped for. The brand new DLC drops the 17th of September, and I will be playing the brand new DLC at some point in September. And we might even have a giveaway, but that's not confirmed yet. I'm waiting for that. And two other things. I've literally just signed a contract with Avalanche Studios. Some of you may know that they do the Just Cause games. I am very keen to always promote new games and try out new things. And I very kindly got accepted today. Or was it yesterday? Yesterday, because I signed the NDA today. So there's a lot of things I can't talk about. That I will actually be getting to play test a lot of Avalanche's new games in the future, which is really cool. And I'm really looking forward to trying out stuff, which then I can't talk about for months. But then at least I can decide whether that's stuff that will stream or not. So I'm really looking forward to that and was absolutely honoured to get an email to say, hey, Guy, we've seen you do stuff. Do you fancy doing this? And I was like, okay, yeah. And another little thing, some of you know that off the back of WASD, I became a Wired creative collector. We've not done anything with it yet because they've not actually thrown anything at me. But I did get an email from Charlie from Wired just before the weekend and then dropped me a line yesterday. We kind of said we were going to cover Gory Cuddly Carnage regardless. It's coming out. They have confirmed they will be sending me a copy. But I've also said that I might be one of the few selected where they might actually give me some giveaways. It's not 100% confirmed, but we might have some Gory Cuddly Carnage giveaways as well for the stream a week on Thursday, which is the day of release of the game, which I'm very, very excited for. So that is going to be cool. And not only that, as of tomorrow, anyone who wants to buy any games or any merch through Wired, there'll be a link in the Discord. I will have an affiliate link, and you can buy any Wired games, including Gory, and any merch, plushes, t-shirts, hoodies from them. And then basically I get a kickback from that. So you can get a little bit of a discount and a kickback from anything from Wired. And that will be going live as of tomorrow. So that's a new affiliate link thing that literally launched last week. So that's everything that's been happening with me and coming to the streams over the next couple of days and weeks while I was at Timeless. Because all this shit, of course, while I was my busiest, I've been sitting around for months for stuff to happen and nothing happens. And then I go away for a week, do a gaming event, and all this lands on my doorstep. And I'm like, oh, fucking hell, I've got to sort this out. So lots of exciting stuff. So there you go. My light just dimmed twice, and then Dave's light just dimmed twice. There you go. You're in sync. Mag equals finger in all the pies. I do. I get around. It's a nice situation to now get people approach me after a number of years rather than me chasing after people for stuff. And it's just nice. People approach me with stuff, and it's very much appreciated. And I feel very honoured. And I don't care if it's the smallest indie game studio in the world that asks me to do stuff or the biggest company in the world. I will try and cover as much stuff as I physically can if I believe that game's going to be good for this community and good for me and whatever, or I'm going to enjoy it, etc. So there you go. Middle-aged green hearth guy. Thank you. Mag getting the goods, bro. I'm trying. Wired has a mag too, right? I believe so. Yeah, they have a magazine as well. But I don't think that's the same thing. Anyway, enough of me basically self-promoting bullshit, because, you know, you have to put up with that in every fucking stream I do anyway, because it's my stream. Let's move on to our next game. I'm not going to lie. I don't remember this game the first time this came around, so hopefully Dave will remind me. This came out last Wednesday on PS4, 5, Xbox Series X, S1, PC, and Switch. This is Sam & Max, The Devil's Playground Remastered. Let's have a look at the trailer for this. Let's go.
Sam & Max, freelance police.
Cue up the entrance music.
If any one of us could unlock the power of the mind, would we use it to explore the mysteries of the infinite, or would we use it to destroy?
Hey, Sam! This haunted toy I found just gave me a vision of our violent future.
What could it all mean?
I just want to get to the part where I have those sweet psychic powers.
Minions, after him! I smell a convoluted plan coming on. 2 in 1 blow.
They think he crushed my trachea.
Will Max be able to control his emerging powers? Or are his visions of the future a sign of tragedy to come?
Enjoying the ride, Sam?
Shouldn't I be waking up about now? We're on the case.
Freelance police, I heard a lot about you guys.
I have come to issue a challenge. I offer the adventure of a lifetime.
Now we're getting to the good part.
Looks like it's time to boil the haggis. Max is all short-term memory. I have to bring him back up to speed every once in a while.
Ah! Giant talking dog!
This is merely the overture of a symphony of mayhem that will blow your ever-loving mind.
Cannot remove inventory. Where do you keep your personal items?
That's none of your damn business, computer.
I love that trailer. I thought that trailer was great. That's the best trailer of the night so far. Wizard XK999, thank you so much for that follow while that trailer was playing. This reminds me of the Two Town remake. Welcome on in. Thank you so much for being here. All people are already saying this looks amazing. John Unicycle, 8.5. Dave, 7. He says, no, wait, 88. Bit confused. 8. 8.5. And he's like, no, fine, 8. Manic, 8. Danker, 8. The Braze, 8.5. Gozzo, 8. Honestly, just yes to play through. I mean, I didn't even know about this, but there you go. I don't remember this game, but Dave will hopefully recheck my memory. This was a Telltale game, apparently.
Yeah, that's right. They did about 3 seasons. This is the 3rd season. It's now been remastered, but they've remastered the previous 2 as well, so you can get those ones already.
Yeah.
This series was originally out, I think, originally started 2008, went through to 2010 with when this one originally came out. I think during the 360 era.
How did I miss this?
Too many other games around, probably, mate.
Yeah.
I never played these back in the day. These originally came out as like episodic releases, so I think say like 6 parts over a number of months. But now it's just all there, just one disc, remastered for you, various improvements to it. It looks pretty decent. I mean, I remember playing the original Sam & Max that LucasArts did way back in 1993. That was
I remember that.
That was really that was a funny game to play. And looking at the trailer, this looks just as funny. So if I have the time, I'd be quite tempted to get this series that the remasters I've done and just try playing through them, because I think they are meant to play a bit like the old style point and click. They have got controller support, so it's not just keyboard and mouse, but they've still got that old point and click game vibe, which sounds really good. And I like the characters. The game looks funny. I'd definitely consider giving it a
go. Yeah. Joker Girl said, has any game ever got a 9.5 or 10 on this show? Yes, it has. I think a number of them. This show will have been running 4 years in October. And, 4 years in October. That'll just kick me in the head. We've had probably about 5 or 6 10 out of 10s over those 4 years. We've had a couple of 0.5. We haven't had any 10s this year, but I know we've had a 9.5 this year. God, remind me what it is, because we try and cover like 6 or 8 games every week. So God help me if I can remember. But there you go. But yeah, we do. Mahano, your thoughts on Sam & Max remastered?
Never played any of the games. Seen them about though. That trailer was real good.
It was.
I like that trailer. Pretty funny as well. Yeah, no, it looks good. I don't think it'd be something I'd pick up, but I'd probably end up watching like a playthrough of it.
Yeah. It's one of them. I guess they're not that long a game, are they? They're a couple of hours.
probably about something like that. Probably sort of 4, 5, 6 hours, something like that, since they're episodic in the first place. But that's not a bad thing. There's too many long games. Give me some short games that I can actually complete. That's what I want these days.
Yeah, short and sweet. There you go.
Oh, yeah.
Danka says there's been 2 9.5s recently. One of them was obviously the Elden Ring DLC. Yeah, good shout. It was. Can't remember what the other one was. If anyone can remember, I've got my notes, but I'm not sitting here going through my notes. Maybe if we get a long trailer. There you go. Okay, folks, get your scores in. A lot of people saying 8s for this, 8.5s. It looks pretty good. They're like 4 hours per episode, which is a decent length. That's good. That kind of thing is good. That's good enough for me. Play it in an afternoon. Done. Thank you very much. Enjoyed it. Mahano, we'll start with you. What do you reckon this got?
I'm going to go with a 9.
Okay.
I feel like it's got a cult following. I feel like the classic was probably real good. So remaster could be real good too. Yeah.
Okay. I reckon. Yeah, it could be good. I think it could be good. I can't believe I missed this. I don't know how I missed this, but there you go. Dave, what say you?
I'm going to try an 8.5 for this one.
8.5. Okay, cool. Joker Cell says, well, am I not surprised it was Elden Ring? Didn't quite get the 10 out of 10 that Elden Ring got when Elden Ring came out, but the Elden Ring DLC got 9.5. But there you go. Okay, folks, any more guesses? This is Sam & Max, The Devil's Playground Remastered, which came out last Wednesday on PS4, 5, Xbox Series X, S1, PC and Switch. And if anyone else has any guesses, you've literally got like 10 seconds to put it in the chat, because I can tell you that some of you have got this right and some of you haven't. How helpful is that? Because the people who got it right said, got an 8 out of 10.
Close.
There you go. 8 out of 10. Very close. Very close. So well done for those who got it right. Manic's like, yes, get in. Let's see. iQuail, well done. Gozzo, well done. Danker, Manic, Dave Johnson, well done. Joker Girl, well done. I bet Dave's happy he changed his score, didn't he? He was like, oh, a 7, then he went up 8. Well done to all you. Well done. iQuail's bang on. iQuail's doing well. Let me know how you're doing with your scores. If you've got all, we are 4 games out of 6. If anyone's got 4 out of 4, let me know. Let me know if we've got like someone who's leading the way. I'm gonna nick off Jason Bradbury's show where he does the quiz and goes, put your scores in the quiz.
Is there points for the lowest?
No, but we can make it if you want. You're the guest. We can make it happen. We can do it. Make it happen. We can make it happen. We can make anything happen. Sometimes. It's probably because people don't like point and click games. Yeah. 1 for 4, says Drawn Unicycle. Danker is 3 for 4. I'm on fire. Yeah, iQuail last week not only won DJ Slopes' quiz at Timeless, but then we were watching Jason Bradbury's show on Sunday night, and he did give us a big shout out saying how much he enjoyed it. Good man as well. Speaking to him on the phone the other day, literally yesterday, actually. He does a quiz on a Sunday night, like an 80s and 90s quiz, everything to do with games, movies, music. Fucking iQuail won that as well. It's like fucking 2 for 2.
Oh, fair play.
1 live on stream and 1 thing. He knows his shit. Good on iQuail. Yeah, but he's 3 for 4, so I'm gonna catch up now. So there you go. So some more gaming news. This one's a bit of an odd one because I will probably mention this, and most of the chat will go, So the lead writer for the game Star Wars Eclipse. Anybody know what this was? Anybody?
Yeah, I remember it from reveals a couple of years ago.
Yeah. Okay, good.
It's Quantic Dream are making it. It made stuff like Beyond Two Souls and Detroit Become Human.
Detroit Become Human. That's correct. Dave says I'm ignoring him. What did you say? Put it back in chat, dude. Oh, me, I just said it. A bit surprised, honestly. 4 for 4. There you go. Right, he said 4 for 4. So back in 2021, it was revealed that Quantum Dream, who made Beyond Two Souls and the very excellent Detroit Become Human, were bringing out a narrative-heavy action game, which was a Star Wars game, because obviously all the EA lost the license, so that meant we get things like Star Wars Outlaws. EA can still do Star Wars games, but everyone else can start doing Star Wars games now. But we've had no updates since 2021. And the lead writer for those games at Quantum Dream, Adam Williams, has gone, bye, and literally left this week. Now, not only have we had no updates since it was announced in 2021, but now they've lost the lead writer. So the question is, most people didn't know this game exists, not going to lie. I'd forgotten it was a thing. Should we be worried that the main person that's been working on it, like, could this be the new game that's the equivalent of the Borderlands film, i.e. people worked on it and then walked and then we got what we got?
Well, no, hopefully not, because I'm sure he's part of a team. There's basically like other writers underneath him. If he was the head writer, there'd be others underneath him as part of the team. So one of those will probably move up to the head position and carry on. I don't think there's any bad reason why he's left from what I was just looking up. I think it's just he's had an opportunity to go work, go run his own studio, work there, make something he wants to make. So he's just taking the opportunity and gone, which is fair enough. But I mean, I'm not surprised when most people have forgotten about this. It's the common problem these days. Games take so long to make, and they tend to announce them really early a lot of the time. You just get that, don't you? It comes out the teaser trailer that shows you bugger all, then it just goes dark for years and years and years. Yeah. Everyone forgets about it, and eventually it reappears. So it'd be interesting to see what this turns out to be, because I quite like Quantic Dream's games. They're a bit different to like the other AAA stuff that we generally get. So I'd be interested to see what they can do with Star Wars. So fingers crossed, it actually ends up decent and well written with a good story.
Yeah, I think it will. Maybe we'll see. Mahano, your thoughts?
Well, I don't really know much about the game. It does sound interesting, though. That's really all I could say. Hopefully, he left, off his own back and not like because things were going to shit.
Yeah,
I suppose we don't really know that, but hopefully it works out. It does sound like a interesting game, especially if it follows like their other games.
Yeah, I really enjoyed their other games, very much so. The fact that it says it's an action game, but it's heavy on the narrative driven makes me think there's probably bits of combat, but so we'll see. I mean, no more updates since that, but obviously if we find out, we will let you know on the show. Let's move on to our 5th game tonight. This came out last Friday on PC, Xbox Series X, S, and Switch. And this is Farewell North. Let's have a look at this.
Okay, Chesley. I think it's time. My heart's in the highlands. My heart is not here. My heart's in the highlands. Not chasing the deep. The hills of the highlands, forever our love. Farewell to the highlands, farewell to the
Thank you for your help, Kelly. Oh, aye, and Mr. Chesley, of course.
There you go. That is Farewell North. He said, I teared up whilst watching a playthrough of this, so I can say it may pull a few heartstrings. I know that Kirsty from Dead Good Media was like absolutely sobbing over this game. She mentioned it. She thought this was going to be amazing. So, yeah, tell us some more about this one, if it is going to pull the heartstrings, Dave.
I'd heard similar. It's a sort of narrative-heavy puzzle game, this one. So you're generally playing as the border collie in this one. I think the general idea is you're sort of helping the woman you're traveling with sort of come to terms with some memories, like some sort of loss in her life, I believe. And it's the game itself is kind of set in sort of Scottish Highlands and like Orkney Isles. So it's taking that as inspiration. You're traveling between these islands and playing as a dog. You solve various puzzles there to move the story forward. From what I've read on other sites and seen in videos, I think the puzzles can get a bit samey. You'll play a lot of the same puzzles over and over again, but it's the story that will sort of pull you along, encourage you to keep going, even though the gameplay's a bit can get a bit samey. And from what I saw, it does look pretty good. It's the sort of thing I'd definitely have a look at. I quite like some of these little narrative puzzle games. So yeah, looks pretty cool.
Okay. Mahano, what do you reckon?
Looks interesting. I feel like it's something my missus would probably prefer over me, but yeah, looks good. It kind of it's gonna sound silly, but it kind of reminded me of like the Saboteur, not obviously the gameplay, but as the dog was running about, and then the world started changing color. It reminded me of like the Saboteur back when you'd take over a place and it goes from black and white to colored.
That's a good shout.
That's my thoughts.
Yeah. Okay. I like the look of this, and it's one of those that I'm like, this would be cool. And I think because it was brought to my attention last week by some other people that I know, I was kind of like, I'm intrigued by this. So how this goes. Let's see what people are saying. Manic said a 7 out of 10. This looks like one of those really pretty indie games, 9.5. Danker 8. Gozzo 8. Chat, get your scores in. You want to get your shout out. This is a penultimate game of the night. Mr. Dave, what say you on this one?
I'm going to go for an 8 for this one.
Going for an 8. Mahano, what do you reckon?
I'll also go for an 8.
Okie dokie, going for an 8 as well. It seems to be the popular score in the chat. Anybody else want to have a guess at this? Get your scores in. This is Farewell North, which came out last Friday on PC, Xbox Series X and S, and Switch. iQuell says an 8. Manny says, you know what? I'm going to go for an 8. Everyone's going for 8s. I think John Union was the only one that's going for the top end there. Any other guesses? Let me know. If not, I can tell you that you lot are pretty good. You know that. When you're all clubbed together, 8 out of 10. Well done. So, 16 quid as well till the end of the month. So you can get it on sale. So what about 16 quid? So well done to all of you that got it right in chat. Dave, we'll come to you in a bit because you got your first one right. We'll get a shout out for a wonderful guest because he's got one right. All his socials are going to be in chat. Go follow him on literally everything. Do it. There they are in chat right now. Go follow his Twitch, his Twitter, his YouTube, his Insta, his TikTok. Go hound him.
And subscribe to Mag's channel.
Yeah.
Just do it. Use your Prime subs.
Do it. Make it happen. Oh, man, I let the reviews in the trailer get me. Oh, bless you, John Newsall. 4 out of 5 says Gozzo. He's doing good. He's doing good. So there you go. Well done. Now, for those who know, and this is why I had to change the chair, so I hope he does pick this. Dave doesn't stream. So therefore, we technically can't give Dave a normal shout out. You can do exclamation Dave in chat, and chat will then do something like this. But we try and give Dave a shout out in a different way. So I hope that me throwing the fucking chairs over the furniture has been worthwhile. How would you like your shout out for the first one that you got right this evening?
I think you should just sit there still for a couple of minutes.
Motherfucker.
I'm joking. Get spinning.
Right. We'll give you a couple of spins because we missed the chair last time. So this is how we give Dave a shout out. You watch me smash everything now. Ready? Go. Dave!
Very nice.
There you go. It's good to be back. We haven't done that in a while. Well done, everyone else that got it right. Fucking hell. Wow, I'm very dizzy right now. Let's move on to our final piece of news, which ties in nicely with, for those who were watching the Gamescom opening night live alongside me. So we found out yesterday that there could possibly be a Dying Light free game. Either that or a DLC was going to be teased. Jeff Keighley himself had teased something. And the fact that there was Techland had trademarked a couple of days before the name Dying Light Beast. So people weren't sure what it's for. And then a trailer dropped, but didn't really explain a lot. As of tonight on Gamescom, so I apologize, Dave, because you haven't seen this, there was a trailer. But we are still a little bit kind of confused as what it is because Dying Light Beast has been announced. So we seem to think that this is a prequel to the original Dying Light because it brings back the main character from Dying Light. But it says it's a 20-hour campaign. So we're not sure if this is like a DLC add-on or a standalone game. So they didn't really say a lot in Gamescom what it was. And I don't know whether we got to the bottom of what it was. But it did get announced. So the rumours were true from yesterday. It's happening. Fans of Dying Light, let me know in the chat. I know Dave liked Dying Light.
I've played the Dying Light games. I haven't played much of the second one, but completed the first one.
Yeah.
I did watch the trailer for this. I did just see it, on YouTube as a separate thing. So I watched it earlier. Initially, I wondered if it was going to be like an asymmetrical multiplayer game the way it initially started off.
Yeah.
But then it looks a bit more normal from the gameplay stuff. But then I've read on one of the websites, Eurogamer, what it's actually meant to be. It is just meant to be a standalone game. It's
right.
not classed as a DLC. It's one of those ones, a bit like the Halo 3 ODST back in the day, became too big to be classed as a DLC. So
Right, but
classed as a standalone.
So that probably means it's going to be a lower price, a bit like they did that Uncharted spin-off game where it's like a full game but not as big, but you pay.
Yes,
and that
yes, it's classed as a
Saints Row
separate thing now.
get out of hell thing,
that sort of thing. But this is apparently set 10 years after Dying Light 2.
Right, okay.
So same main character. Apparently he's been in captivity and experimented on, which caused him to have extra powers that you can use in the game, from what they said. One thing it mentions as well, if you've got the Ultimate Edition of Dying Light 2, you'll get this for free, apparently. Oh yeah, there you go.
There you go. Yeah.
So that's pretty cool.
There you go. Anyone who puts that's quite good. Ultimate Edition, Dying Light 2, Stay Human. Any platform will receive Dying Light, the Beast at no additional charge. You say this is set a couple of years after, so it's not a prequel then?
That's what it says on the Eurogamer page. I'm reading.
Okay, so it's a follow-on then. It's a follow-on.
Yeah, not a true numbered sequel.
That
is bound to happen at some point because I think it's a popular franchise. But it's just a standalone story, just in the Dying Light 2 universe.
Okay, interesting.
It's a big DLC, really, isn't it?
It is really, isn't it? A 20-hour, but you can't really charge full whack for it. I reckon this is going to be like one of those things that's like 20, 25 quid then.
Yeah,
possibly.
probably something like that.
Yeah, so we'll see. But yeah, it was quite handy that obviously I picked up on that news story yesterday, and then they literally dropped the trailer. I was like, okay, that makes sense. Yeah, that one that was Uncharted was called Lost Legacy. Yeah, I remember that. I actually got that and still haven't played it.
Oh, that's really good. Love that one.
Yeah, that's good. Mahano, you a fan of Dying Light games? Was this something you're excited for?
No, I love the Dying Light games. I didn't even know this was a thing until you mentioned it.
Yeah.
I need to go watch this little teaser trailer or whatever and have a look.
Yeah.
It does sound interesting.
Yeah. There's like a live action teaser trailer which dropped yesterday, and then there was the trailer that was part of Gamescom today, which was weird because when it started out, it felt like it was a vampire game. And then it kind of comes out of that segment, and then you go, oh, it's Dying Light. So then you were kind of like, oh, okay. I just felt the start of the trailer from today was a bit odd, but it's probably all going to make sense. Yeah, there you go. The Discord feed for the company states it is a standalone game. So you go, not DLC. So you go. But you lucky people that you bought the Ultimate Edition, you're going to get that free of charge.
So I'll probably end up playing that then, because I got
the
Ultimate Edition.
Did you get
as
that
well,
then?
so,
Did you get the Ultimate
Edition? I did, yeah.
Nice. Okay. Happy
Yeah.
days. Little bonus, isn't it? It's like an early Christmas
when it
present.
comes out, yeah. Like a new free game.
Yeah. I can't say fairer than that. That's pretty good. Okay, our last game of the night, which is probably the biggest release of this week, which landed today on PC and PS5 and will be coming to Xbox at a later date, but we don't have a confirmed date for it, is Black Myth Wukong. Literally landed today, folks, and you got to see the launch trailer. For those who are watching the Gamescom live, you will have seen this trailer in my show. But here it is again, the launch trailer for Black Myth Wukong. Here goes. There you go, folks. That landed literally today Manic says, when this game comes out, it will probably be a 9. Well, it landed today, my friend. Landed today. This potentially could be a Game of the Year contender. Trailer looks amazing and gameplay as well. Well, they have already stated it is one of the most beautiful looking games that's out this year. But a lot of people kind of cramming this into the Souls-like genre. But most people are saying it's not really Souls-like. It's more boss rush-like. Isn't that the case, Dave?
Yeah, that's correct. So when the first trailers came out, yes, it felt very Souls-like in its way. And I think there are a few elements that they've used from like the Souls games in this, but not to a huge degree. From what I've seen of it, the way, like, say, character leveling works, the way the world's kind of designed and stuff like that, feels a bit more like a sort of third-person action game, like God of War, that sort of style. Similar leveling systems, similar to the way, like, you get armor and stuff like that. You just put on, get rid of the old stuff. Similar in the way that you've got sort of fairly linear worlds that you're exploring with a little bit of exploration off to the side. It's not huge open world or anything. It sounds a bit more like the God of War stuff, really, the way it's sort of structured. But it certainly looks really good. They've really done a lot with Unreal Engine 5 in this one. It looks absolutely gorgeous, especially on PC. But you're right about it being a bit of a boss rush game. Whilst there are some more standard enemies in there, it is a lot of time it's a case of going from boss to boss to boss. And some of those do look pretty cool. Some of them look like they'd be quite challenging to fight. And I think it is one where you do need decent reactions. You're going to have to do a lot of dodging, wait for the openings, use the right spells and attacks and stuff like that to get through them. I do like the look of it, and I'm probably going to attempt to get it at some point. I'm just going to hold off initially because quite a few of the reviews I've seen mention a few technical issues that are out at the moment.
Yeah.
Like IGN especially highlighted some issues like during like certain boss fights where your character just got knocked out of the game world.
Yeah.
Then you've got to just restart the fight and try again. And this IGN review, I think it happened a number of times. So it looks good, but I think it's just got a few technical rough edges at the minute, which give it, a month or so for them to get a couple of patches out just to fix those things up. Then I think it'd definitely be worth diving in.
Yeah. By the sounds of it, especially on the PC edition, it seemed to have more problems than the PlayStation version, but not necessarily enough to make people hate it. But they were saying there was some weird bugs, as you say. You got kicked out through the world. I think there was one where even though they selected like English as the language, it suddenly all went back into a different language. And he was saying
back to Chinese, apparently.
Chinese.
All audio completely cut out. And
and he was sitting there going, I don't know what I'm supposed to do next because it hasn't told me, because it was in a completely different language or it was silent. So there's a few little bugs. I think some stuff's already been patched.
Most likely, but might be worth waiting for a couple more. But wait till you see comments on the forums that say, all these issues are fixed now, and then at that point, I think it'd be worth jumping in.
Mahano, your thoughts on this one?
It looks good. I saw this trailers for this a while ago, and I was like, I love Dark Souls games, but I hate playing Dark Souls games because I'm just terrible at them. I rage quit easy. If I have to die 14 times to, learn a boss mechanic, I'll leave. So I obviously everyone has just assumed this was a Dark Souls game. So or a Souls-like game, sorry. So I just kind of just put this to the side, maybe if I can catch it on a deal or something. But then I watched some reviews on it yesterday, and I was like, it looks really good. It sounds really good. People are loving it. Obviously, apart from the technical issues. So no, it's interesting and it looks stunning. Could be one for the Steam library.
Yeah, I think it's the thing that, again, I was like you. We've had a few games that are Souls-like this year, and it seems to be the thing that they're churning them out. And I was just like, probably not going to put this in the schedule. And now I've seen the reviews and stuff, I'm kind of kicking myself going, well, it's not really Souls-like, is it? It's more boss rush. It's like some other games. I was like, kind of kicking myself that I'm not actually playing this month now. So, yeah, I think this may grab my attention now. But I might, like with other people say, just wait a few days, get a few patches out, and it's worth checking out. So there we go. Folks, get your scores in. This is the last game of the night. Danker's saying 8 out of 10. John Unicycle saying 8.5. Gozzo is saying an 8. iQual says, I'm thinking this will be a high. I might go for a 9 here. Last game, Mahano, I'll let you go first on this one. What do you reckon?
I think like an 8.5.
Okay, 8.5 going for that. Manic with an 8. Dave, what say you?
I'm going to go for an 8.
Going for an 8. Okay, awesome. Any more scores, folks? This is Black Myth Wukong, which landed today on PC and PS5. And as we said, no official date, but they have stated the Xbox version will come at a later date. Could be 3 months now, could be from 6 months. We will see. LeBraze is saying 8.5 for this one. Last chance, folks, to get your shout outs. I'm also looking to see who we are going to be raiding. Because we are trying to raid. Oh, here we go. Found it. That's what I need. Awesome. I'll explain who we're raiding in a minute. If that's it, I can tell you for the last game of the night, the final score for this game. And I think the little tech problems probably did push this down. I could have seen this probably getting a bit of a higher score. But because of that, it did get a lower score, but it's still a very good score because this, ladies and gentlemen, got an average of 8 out of 10. Cool. But I think it didn't have that problems. We would have probably been looking at a 9, I reckon, or maybe higher.
Most likely, yeah.
Probably a big contender for Game of the Year. But unfortunately, didn't quite hit the mark when it came out. So there you go. Well done, everyone that got this right. Dave, you got this right as well. Well done to everyone in chat. 5 out of 6 tonight, Gozzo. Well done, sir. You've done good. You've done good, my friend. How would you want your shout out while Dan's doing it? Danker, well done for that 6.
You can go behind the chair and jump up, mate.
Oh, might as well. Get me creaky knees working.
That's it.
Get me creaky knees going. Actually, I can do 2 jump ups. People who saw this last night, I'll do this. I'm going to do the normal jump up, and then I'll do another surprise jump up. Ooh. So do that. My knees just did crack. There we go. Right, let me know when you're ready.
Go for it.
Dave! There you go.
Very nice.
Also, I was sent this as a gift. Someone gave me I got a couple of gifts, bless them, at Timeless, which was very kind. Some lovely people bought some stuff for me and made some stuff for me. Going to say this again. I said this last night. This was made by Blue Knight Slime, who's friends of Good Luck, Have Fun. And he made a mini mag, so I'm going to go, Dave! I got a pixel mag.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah, there you go. So he's about my height as well. Look, it's perfect. You don't even need me in the shot. You can just have that on screen instead.
Exactly to scale.
Yeah, it's better looking and to scale. It's amazing. Look at that. Woo! There you go. Iquel says 4 out of 6. My streak has come to an end. Well, dude, look, you did well. And you won some decent prizes, I have to say, Timeless. So well done, mate, for doing that. You can't win them all, but you definitely put good effort into it. That is our end of the show for this week, ladies and gentlemen. I'm just quickly reading. I know who I'm going to try and raid in a minute. So we are going to go raid on to, as I said, Johnny Beard, who was at Timeless, is running a month's worth of charity streams called the Twitch Olympics, where people compete. They did Fall Guys. They've done Among Us. Tonight they're doing Left 4 Dead 2. I'm trying to pick different people each night, and people that we know. So we did raid Johnny last night, but Em was in chat earlier. It was also at Timeless. So we're going to see if she's on. If not, we will raid someone else. I want to say a massive thank you to our amazing guest, and we're going to drop all the links again. The Mahano, go check him out. He's there.
Thank you for having me.
No, you're very, very welcome. Thank you also, because this wasn't the normal show and we kind of rejigged it for Gamescom. So greatly appreciate you being so flexible with that. And any events that you're going to be at where people can see you over the next...
I'll be at Format. Yeah,
amazing.
Good.
Yeah, we can actually...
Nothing really else from them.
Yeah.
Potentially EGX, but that depends if I get the denied letter.
Hopefully you won't. Do you know what?
The missus has got one. She hasn't streamed in a month.
Did she get accepted?
Yeah.
Good on her. That's what I'm doing wrong. I'm fucking streaming. If I need to stream, I'll probably get accepted.
Take a long break and you get accepted. You'll be right.
Love it. No, well, we'll see you then. Right. So I hope you do get accepted, because if you do, that means not only can we sit down and actually properly chat, because we never get time to properly chat. True. We can have a beer at Format. And we can have a beer at EGX, even though they'll probably be carting me out with security. But at least let me buy you one before they cart me out and kick me out of XL. So
while being dragged out.
Yeah, This one's for you, mate. I'll see you next year. Go on. So that'll be awesome. But yeah, please do. Thank you for being an amazing guest. Greatly appreciate it. Thank you for that. £9.50 for half a pint. Yeah, that sounds about right. Of blood. Yes. Won't be that expensive in format. I'll tell you that. That'll be decent prices at format. Dave, as always, thank you for being my amazing co-host. Great to have you back, because obviously we didn't do a show last week, and the week before Dave wasn't here when we did the not Tuesday night gaming chat where Ashens was our guest. Yeah, that was a good show. Unfortunately, Dave, you missed it. Sorry. It was really good.
What can you do, mate? I was on holiday.
He's on. Yeah, enjoy your. Did you have a good holiday? I never asked.
I did. Thank you. It was really good fun.
Good. We will be back next week. Our guest is another person that was at Timeless who unfortunately couldn't be on the show a couple of months back, but he's back. We're going to have Duchess Weaves and Miss Ginger Ninja on the show next week. They are our guests. And then in coming weeks, we have got Simran from Format. And if you saw him at Timeless, we've got the one and only Mr. Jason Bradbury from the Gadget Show on this show in a couple of weeks. The guy's an absolute freaking legend, and he's agreed to be on the show. So we'll be talking more about his new film that he's working on, amongst other things. So that is going to be awesome. So those are a couple of guests for the next couple of weeks. Danny's on holiday next week. Right, we'll have to make sure there's other mods in place to sort all that out. So we'll do that. Thank you to all you lot in chat for watching both shows or one of the shows or whatever. Greatly appreciate it. Let's go do a raid, and I want to try and raid M 3012. I don't like this new search filter thing. It does my fucking nutting. 3012. Actually, I could have just fucking done it on the stream deck. Why am I doing M3012 TTV? No channels found. Well, that's fucking great, that isn't it? Let me do it on the stream deck. Fucking, I don't like how they've changed this search thing. It never works for me. It's shit. Is M on? Come on, she's got to be. Oh, come on. Don't tell me she's finished. They might have finished, you know, because I think they started after. Mind you, she was watching my show, so how the hell was she? I don't get that. All right. No, she's not on. So there you go. I'll tell you what we'll do. Let's go. Let's just quickly check. No, they're not on either. Okay, I'll tell you we're going to go raid. We'll go raid another great guy who was at Timeless. Mr. Tomo the One, who was on our show a couple of weeks back. Absolute legend of a guy. He is playing Escape from Tarkov. Lovely, lovely guy. So let's go raid him. That raid will run once the end credits run basically. That's what I'm trying to say because I can't speak English right now. We will have more games for you next week. I think some of the games we're going to be talking about next week possibly are Dustborn, Concord. Is it going to be a big success? Is it going to be a big flop? The new World of Warcraft and even possibly Smite 2 and Core Keeper. There are a number of other games that came out this week, including Man and NFL 25, the Dredge DLC, Kena Bridge of Spirits on Xbox. If you want to find out about them, join the Discord. I will drop the trailers and the scores because we just didn't have time to talk about those games on this show. But you can check out the trailers for yourselves. !Discord for more of that. And all that leaves for me to say, folks, is wherever you are in the world, have a great morning, a great afternoon, or a great evening. And I shall see you tomorrow for Amy's Choice of Horror Stream because the new Alien film is out. I'm going to be playing Alien Isolation and probably shitting myself all over again. I can't wait. And on that note, thanks very much. Bye.
Good night.